All right. So, YouTube live stream. This is cool, right? I've never done this before. I'll be 100% honest with you. I just got a bug in my ear to do it. And I was like, okay, what can I go talk about live real fast for chiropractors that would help them? And here's the deal. You know, over the past 3 days, we've had a few more chiropractors sign up for the ad academy, right? Where we teach chiropractors how to ditch their agency and run their own ads to grow and scale without, wasting thousands of dollars on agencies. And in every situation, there has been a similar problem. Okay. Now, each of the few different chiropractors that have signed up in just the past few days have been in a different spot. Okay. Some of them are doing really, really well right now. Some of them were doing really well and are slipping a little bit. And one of them is kind of in this place where they're kind of slipping into not a good place. Right. But in any case, the thing that all of them need are more leads, right? And more leads, because leads can become patients, which can become longer term patients and higher paying clients, right? Now, with all of this, there's really this thing, and this is why I wanted to talk about like building your chiro growth ecosystem, because there's a few things, there's a couple things that we have to understand at a local business level, like brick and mortar local business, period. And if you don't understand these things, you're kind of screwed from the get-go. Like right from the outset, you're not going to be in a good place because you don't understand these. Because here's how most chiropractors go about doing their thing. They go through the ungodly amount of chiropractic education. They come out of school with their degree, with their cool cap, their cool gown. Hey, I'm a doctor now. I'm a chiropractor. I'm going to go either become an associate somewhere, or I'm going to go start my own practice. And as you do that, you start to realize, oh my goodness, this is not just about chiropractic. This is about business. This is about marketing. This is about exposure. This is about all these things. And so, what I want to do really quickly is lay out for you this ecosystem that you have to build, whether you are a seasoned chiropractor or you're getting into this, or you're in growth mode, you're wanting to scale, you're wanting to grow. You have to understand this. Okay. The reason why any local business dies, okay, and I don't care whether, I mean, I work with acupuncture, I work with physical therapists, I work with gyms, I work with landscapers, I work with contractors, I work with hardscapers, I work with all kinds of people. And one of the things we have to understand about why any local business dies is this: obscurity. No one knows about you. You can have the ultimate solution, the ultimate answer to their question or the solution to their problem. But if they do not know about you, you're screwed. You're not going to get the business. Whoever's known has the highest potential of getting the business, and that person who gets the business is going to continue to grow. Now, here's the deal. Because I teach ads, right? How to get the exposure, how to get the leads and all of that. That's not like ultimately that's not the big picture here. Because while we can get you out of obscurity with ads by forcing Meta, right? Facebook, Instagram, you can go the Google route. Even though I recommend going Meta first, you can do that and force your stuff in front of people. But here's what you have to understand: 64% of people, when they see an ad, what they're going to do is they're going to navigate over to that business's social media profile. The reason they do this psychologically is they see an ad, they're like, oh, I kind of like this person. I kind of like this ad. I have a problem that they can fix. I'm going to go see if they seem legit, right? And when somebody ever navigates to your social media profile, what they're looking for really, other than thinking, trying to figure out if you're legit, is they're trying to figure out these three things. Am I willing to get to know this person or this business more? Do I actually like this person or business? And do I feel like I can trust this person or business? And this is why I'm calling this the chiro growth ecosystem, because if you come in and just say, hey, I'm just going to learn ads, but I'm going to completely neglect my social media, my organic social media, here's what's going to happen. You're going to put ads out there, And even if you learn our system, you're going to learn how to test, you're going to learn how to do all these things, and you're going to put a great ad out there. And you'll get some results, but they're not going to be optimized and they're not going to be the best possible. Now, why? Because you haven't fully built out your Chiro growth ecosystem. You have the paid attention, getting out of obscurity. You know how to do that now. You can force yourself in front of people that have a problem that you can solve. However, when 64% of those people navigate over to your social media profiles, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, they're going to go there and they're going to ask themselves this question without even knowing it. Do I want to get to know this person more or this business? Do I like this person or business? And do I trust this person or business? Sadly, for most chiropractors, when people navigate over to your social media profiles and they ask themselves that question, the answer to that question is not going to be a resounding yes. Because on social media, chiropractors think like chiropractors. And here's what I want to submit to you today. I would like to submit to you today that chiropractors have to start thinking like online fitness influencers and online food influencers. And here's why I say that. I'm gonna kick back here a little bit to explain this, okay? When we look at online fitness and food influencers, what do we see? What do we see? Well, we see a couple things. One, we see very, very regular content. Like I'm talking regular, daily content. And this is either new recipes, takes on recipes, behind the scenes, all these things for the food. For the fitness stuff, we see nutrition advice, we see workouts, we see technique videos, we see all these different things. And so the reason I would submit to you that a chiropractor needs to start thinking like an online fitness influencer or an online food influencer on their social media is because most of the chiropractic Instagrams that I do audits on, when I go and I actually look, what I see is a lot of popping and cracking, a lot of, hey, you need to get your adjustment. Have you gotten your adjustment today? Have you gotten this? Like, I understand it, but you're you're executing on social media like a chiropractor and not like a smart business person or a smart influencer. Because if a chiropractor was to think like an online fitness influencer or a food influencer, the things that you would start to put out are going to be incredibly different. Like, hey, is your neck really bugging you? Let me give you 3 different stretches you can do at home right now to make it feel better. Now, some chiropractors would think if you start to put out more educational content where you're actually helping people without them ever stepping foot into your clinic, some of you would start to instantly think with a scarcity, fear, or lack mindset and think, hey, if I give these people these things on how to even like right here, I have my dinner roll in my office because I use this because my chiro has me using it all the time. If I teach them how to use tools or to do things or stretches or ways to do things at home that'll help them, then they're never going to have to step foot into my clinic. Wrong. Because again, we have to remember, what are these people thinking when they are coming to your social media profiles when they see an ad? Do I want to get to know this person more? Do I like this person? And do I trust them? If you were to think like an online fitness or food influencer, we're giving them recipes, if you will, for helping their lower back, their sciatic pain, their neck, there's, just different things they can do with foam rolling, with stretching, with mobility, with all these different things. If you were to start to give them the recipes or the workouts for those things, what that does is that raises their level of trust with you. It makes them like you more, and it makes them want to get to know you. Because here's the harsh reality, my friends, and you might not like it, but it is what it is. Nobody follows a freaking chiropractor on Instagram because, man, I just want to hear all the time about how much I just need to be reminded all the time that I need to go get adjusted, and I just want to see people getting cracked all the time. As a matter of fact, just so you know, the majority of social media profiles that are chiropractors that like have grown significantly off of the popping and the cracking and all of that like ASMR type stuff, most of those people, their followers are not even their local people that they can actually serve. They're just viral sensations. And I don't know if you need to be reminded of this, but having tens of thousands of followers that are across the country do not grow your clinic. They're not going to be the ones coming in to get checked up on and to sign up for care plans. No, the people in your local economy are. And so what we have to focus on is how are we going to entertain, build trust, and educate the people that are locally in a way that makes them want to follow along with the story that we are inviting them into so that they can live the healthiest, most vibrant life that they can. Now, here's what's beautiful when you start to combine these two worlds and create this ecosystem that I'm talking about. When you are able to buy via meta ads attention, which gets you out of obscurity. People now know you. But then you also have this other side of your ecosystem over here that is organic social media, where you are by the content that you are putting out, you are helping people get to know you more, like you more, and trust you more. Now you've created an unstoppable and an unbeatable ecosystem as a chiropractor where you will dominate the local market. Because here's what I could do right now. I could go on to Instagram right now on my phone into my local community here, where there are at least, probably my guess is at least 40 chiropractors. I live in a small town. You know, as a matter of fact, just because we're live, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go right now. Okay. Um, I'm going to go to one that I drove by the other day. And I'll say who it is. Big Mountain Chiropractic. Okay. Big Mountain Chiropractic, Whitefish, Montana. Okay. Their last post right here. By the way, I didn't look this up beforehand. This is completely off the cuff. Their last freaking post, January 1st, 2024. Their last post was over a year ago, my friends. Over a year ago. Let that sink in for a second. Almost a year and a half ago. 8 likes, 1 comment. Total of 684 followers. Before that, December 14th of 2023. My goodness. However, though, if I was to go to Big Mountain Chiropractic's in the Facebook ads library, I do know that they are running a plethora of ads right now because I have seen their ads locally. Other than that, it looks like they post about Thanksgiving, when they'll be closed for the holidays. Oh, here's a random video of them right here. Halloween. I mean, they're yeah. So on the contrary, I can go to another one that I know of, Compass Chiropractic. My friends actually own this one. Now, on the flip side here, we have 3 times the amount of followers, about 1,500 followers. I know they're running ads because I know they're running ads. And we look at this stuff here, and we have announcements about a prenatal workshop coming up. We have information here about getting to know what's going on with the body when you're getting chiropractic done. Sciatic pain during pregnancy, relief exercises. Hello. I happen to know that these guys here are one of the, if not the most successful chiropractor in our area. Now, just by looking at their social media profiles, if somebody was to give me these 2 social media profiles and say, hey, which one of these chiropractors are doing better? Hands down, I would choose Compass Chiropractic just by virtue of what I see them doing. They had pictures on there of their team getting just so humanizing people. They had some funny things on there, right? They're entertaining, they're educating, they're causing people to want to follow along in a story. They're creating an ecosystem with their ads and with their organic. So my encouragement, my challenge to you would be to, one, if you are in a place where you're wanting to grow your chiropractic office, first and foremost, you have to master meta. Okay. If you need help doing that, just comment here on YouTube or come over to my Instagram at Cody Chapman. Shoot me a message and I can help you get squared with that. I'm really good at that. Okay. But then also coupling it with this organic social media side. And when you do both of these things, you create an ecosystem that will help you dominate your local market. If you don't, folks like Compass Chiropractic here are going to be the ones that are going to dominate you, steal your patients, and they're going to continue to grow while you sit back and scratch your head and wonder, why am I not growing to the degree that I want to grow in? And Why can I just not get past this glass ceiling? So that's all I got for you today. First live stream. I feel like this was a win. I feel like this was a total win because I just decided to do it on a whim. And I think the video and audio are all working. And if that's the case, this is a freaking win. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Talk to you later, guys. Peace.